ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
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 यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणनमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवतसेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
भक्तिभवति नैष्ठिकी।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, text number 22 and 23. मृगेन्द्र इव विक्रांतो
नेत्र एव विक्रांतो
निषेव्यो हिमवान् इव
सेव्यो विमानिव।
तितिक्षुर्वसुदेवासौ
देवासो
सहिष्णुः पितराव इव। मृगेन्द्र इव विक्रांतो निषेव्यो हिमवान् इव Tikshur Vasudevasau Saishnu Pitarao Iva Mragendraha, the lion, Iva, like, Vikrantaha, powerful, Nishevyaha, worthy of taking shelter, Himavan, the Himalaya mountain, Iva, like, Titikshu, forbearance, Vasudha Iva, like the earth, Asau, the child, Sahishnu, tolerant, Pitarau, parents, Iva. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This child will be as strong as a lion and as worthy as a shelter as the Himalaya mountain. He will be forbearing like the earth and as tolerant as his parents. Please repeat. This child will be as strong as a lion.
This child will be as strong as a lion.
And as worthy as a shelter.
As worthy as a shelter.
As the Himalaya mountain.
As the Himalaya mountain.
He will be forbearing like the earth.
He will be forbearing like the earth.
And as tolerant as his parents.
And as tolerant as his parents.
Purport. One is compared to the lion when one is very strong in chasing an enemy. One should be a lamb at home and a lion in the chase. The lion never fails in the chase of an animal. Similarly, the head of state should never fail in chasing an enemy. The Himalaya mountains are famous for all richness. There are innumerable caves to live in, numberless trees of good fruits to eat, good springs to drink water from, and profuse drugs and minerals to cure diseases. Any man who is not materially prosperous can take shelter of these great mountains, and he will be provided with everything required. Both the materialists and the spiritualists can take advantage of the great shelter of the Himalayas. On the surface of the earth, there are so many disturbances caused by the inhabitants. In the modern age, the people have begun to detonate atomic weapons on the surface of the earth, and still the earth is forbearing to the inhabitants, like a mother who excuses a little child. Parents are always tolerant to children for all sorts of mischievous acts. An ideal king may be possessed of all these good qualities. The child Parikshit is foretold to have all these qualities in perfection. Pitamaha samaha samye prasade girishopamaha Ashraya sarva bhutanam yatho devo ramashrayah pitamaha samaha samye prasade girishopamaha Ashraya sarva bhutanam yatha devo ramashrayah. This child will be like his grandfather Yudhishthir or Brahma in equanimity of mind. He will be munificent like the Lord of the Kailasha hill, Shiva, and he will be the resort of everyone, like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, who is even the shelter of the Goddess of Fortune. Purport. Mental equilibrium refers both to Maharaj Yudhishthir and to Brahma, the grandfather of all living beings. According to Sridhar Swami, the grandfather referred to is Brahma, but according to Vishwanath Chakravarti, the grandfather is Maharaj Yudhishthir himself. But in both cases, the comparison is equally good because both of them are recognized representatives of the Supreme Lord, and thus both of them have to maintain mental equanimity, being engaged in welfare work for the living being. Any responsible executive agent at the top of administration has to tolerate different types of onslaughts from the very persons for whom he works. Brahmaji was criticized even by the gopis, the highest perfectional devotees of the Lord. The gopis were dissatisfied with the work of Brahmaji because Lord Brahma as creator of this particular universe, created eyelids which obstructed their seeing Lord Krishna. They could not tolerate a moment's blinking of the eyes, for it kept them from seeing their beloved Lord Krishna. So, what to speak of others who are naturally very critical of every action of a responsible man? Similarly, Maharaj Yudhishthir had to cross over many difficult situations created by his enemies, and he proved to be the most perfect maintainer of mental equanimity in all critical circumstances. Therefore, the example of both grandfathers for maintaining equanimity of mind is quite fitting. Lord Shiva is a celebrated devata who awards gifts to beggars. His name is therefore Ashutosh, or one who is pleased very easily. He is called the Bhutanath, or the Lord of the common folk, who are mainly attached to him because of his munificent gifts, even without consideration of the after effects. Ravana was very attached to Lord Shiva, and by easily pleasing him, Ravana became so powerful that he wanted to challenge the authority of Lord Ram. Of course, Ravana was never helped by Lord Shiva when he fought with Ram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Lord of Lord Shiva. To Vrakasura, Lord Shiva awarded a benediction which was not only awkward but also disturbing. Vrakasura became empowered by the grace of Lord Shiva to vanish anyone's head simply by touching it. Although this was awarded by Lord Shiva, the cunning fellow wanted to make an experiment of the power by touching the head of Lord Shiva. Thus the Lord had to take shelter of Vishnu to save himself from trouble. And the Lord Vishnu, by his illusory potency, asked Vrakasura to make an experiment with his own head. The fellow did it and was finished himself, and so the world was saved from all sorts of trouble by such a cunning beggar of the Devatas. The excellent point is that Lord Shiva never denies anyone any sort of gift. He is therefore the most generous, although sometimes some kind of a mistake is made. Rama means the goddess of fortune, and her shelter is Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer of all living beings. There are innumerable living beings not only on the surface of this planet, but also in all other hundreds of thousands of planets. All of them are provided with all necessities of life for the progressive march towards the end of self-realization. But on the path of self-gratification, they are put into difficulty by the agency of Maya, the illusory energy, and so travel the path of a false plan of economic development. Such economic development is never successful because it is illusory. These men are always after the mercy of the illusory goddess of fortune, but they do not know that the goddess of fortune can live only under the protection of Vishnu. Without Vishnu, the goddess of fortune is an illusion. We should therefore seek the protection of Vishnu instead of directly seeking the protection of the goddess of fortune. Only Vishnu and the devotees of Vishnu can give protection to all. And because Maharaj Parikshit was himself protected by Vishnu, it was quite possible for him to give complete protection to all who wanted to live under his rule. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mragendra iva vikranto Vishevyo imavan iva Titikshur vasudevasau Saishnu Pitarav iva. This child will be as strong as a lion and as worthy as a shelter as the Himalaya mountain. He will be forbearing like the earth and as tolerant as his parents. Sutta Goswami is describing further that how the Brahmanas are forecasting the future of Parikshit Maharaj. Actually, it's not the future, they are talking mostly about his personality, his qualities. So here, they say that he will be as strong as a lion. But we know lion is a very powerful animal. And then as worthy as a shelter in the Himalaya mountain. So very nicely Prabhupada explains that the Himalaya has everything. Somebody can go and live there. Of course, he must be very fearless because it's scary. If you just yesterday also I was telling that if you really want to see the vastness, or you want to feel insignificant, because we are insignificant, but sometimes we are so puffed up, we don't remember that. We think that we are everything. So there are two suggestions given by an acharya. They say you want to find out how useless you are, how insignificant you are. You just go and stand two places. You go and stand in front of any ocean, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, in the night, alone. Because there is nothing is happening there, but just looking at that vastness of the sea, you can be scared to death. And same, you go to Himalaya, then you just stand there and look at the Himalaya from the bottom. There is nobody around you. It can be scary. And it also reminds you of your, as I said, your insignificant position. Like in Chicago, the planetarium, they have one board where they show the comparative sizes. So there is a planet, sun globe and this and that, and all Venus and Jupiter, and then Earth is there. And in the Earth, there is United States of America, In that you have whatever, Florida, or you can't even see. So in that, you are somewhere. Not even a dot, even dot has some value in that kind of situation. And we get so puffed up thinking that we can do this and we can do that, and everybody is under our control. And then he says, forbearing like the earth. Prabhupada gives the example of atomic bomb, earth tolerates so much thing. So many holes are being dug into it. To take out oil, minerals, coal, iron. Just keep on digging the earth. In fact, one Prabhu had done a lot of studies in that, and he said that these holes that you make create problems because he gave the example, in your own body, suppose somebody comes and starts drilling holes in your body. Will the body remain normal? This is when, how can you expect? There are some natural holes in the body also, right? To evacuate and to same way, Mother Earth also has some natural springs and caves and stuff like that. But they're all to help her. Like all these holes in the body are there to help us, help the body. And then they dysfunction and you are in sickness. Go to doctor. I'm having choked nose or too much flow, all that. The same way, Mother Earth, and she went to once only to Brahma, to Lord Brahma with other devatas, crying that there's a limit to everything. Like you torturing somebody, and then at one point the person is going to say, I can't take it anymore. And last is very important, very nice, interesting. As tolerant as his parents. The parents are really tolerant. So much nonsense that children do. They give some pleasure also, but it's more nonsense, less pleasure. If you really look at it, but they put it the other way around. In the material world, they will say that, somebody wrote a thing that, suppose I give you a check of 1 million versus all this, child crying and, laughing at you and the joy it gives. But if you really look at it, it's all business. Father does something for the child and then he immediately starts expecting that the child should do something. And these days children don't do, so then there are a lot of dissatisfaction. Old age homes and this and that and that. Now young age home will also come. So like they are, all these boarding schools, residential schools are young age homes, you know. They are not sending the children there for education, they are sending because they can enjoy. Go. What is required? Money. Okay, this is the money. Throw 100,000 per year, 10,000 per year, whatever, you know. So here Bhagavatam says parents are tolerant, and they are saying that Parikshit Maharaj will be as tolerant, although he did not. I think he became a parent. Parikshit Maharaj. Yes. I think he became a parent. Because otherwise the dynasty will end there. I don't know. But we have to find out whether he was a father. Huh? Yeah, because this whole game of Mahabharata is because of that only, that they wanted Krishna saved the Parikshit because he wanted to save the Korean. So anyway, I had to find out. I don't remember, but I think I read somewhere that he had generation goes down all the way. So we don't know where it stopped. The dynasty, Kuru dynasty. Okay. And the next one, 23. So we will be like his grandfather Yudhishthira of Brahma in equanimity of mind. Equanimity of mind. Yes, Yudhishthira Maharaj is a nice example. And of course, if you see, Prabhupada used to Brahma or Yudhishthira Maharaj, and one Acharya says it is Brahma and other Acharya says it is Maharaj Yudhishthira. So both are good examples. Prabhupada gives a couple of examples of, see Brahma. I mean, see, look at Brahma's tolerance. Equanimity is not. From the example, we can make out that it's not huge. He is only tolerating the curse given by the gopis. Why did you make this idol? You want to see Krishna constantly, and now in between, in the, what do you call the blink? Eyelid blink, then you can't see Krishna for that moment. Actually, it's so fast that you don't see that we are not seeing, right? But the gopis are at that level, that even that fraction, and so they are cursing Brahma, and Brahma is smiling. He knows. He's not able to answer back. He's not saying that, oh, who you are? I created you. I can do what I have done. He knows that he is not the creator, so he is very smilingly accepting that. He is enjoying actually, because he also realizes his mistake. Yeah. Then, of course, Maharaj Yudhishthira will know that he had to undergo so many things. Then main thing comes as no, not main thing. One of the about Lord Shiva, Ashutosh, he gives easily. It also says that one person asked me one this time this question: why is it that whatever Lord Shiva gives very easily, but it doesn't stay long, and Lord Krishna doesn't give so easily, but whatever he gives is like permanent. Or when he gives, the desire to have it has gone. Like if you ask anything material and then you get it, the desire to have it has gone. Like in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted the kingdom and he got it, and then he doesn't want it anymore. And the moment he has darshan of Krishna, he says, oh, why was I asking that? The same way, devotees, when they get the Krishna prema, then they don't ask for anything. Not supposed to ask for, I would say. Because that moment we ask, that means we are still not a devotee. That's my realization. Because you're not supposed to. You got Krishna, now still you want. That means something wrong. Either we are not understood or we don't want to do it. Here, of course, Prabhupada gives examples of Rakasura and Ravana. He is also called Bhasmasura. In some Puranas, his name is Bhasmasura. He is just chasing Shiva, Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva ran to Lord Vishnu and he said, save me. And Shiva asked him to put his hand on his own head. So it also proves that the demons are so stupid. Because even a child will not do that, We are telling him that he will say, no, I know you are trying to trick me. Because they are blinded by ignorance, and of course that's Maya there at that time. Maya is working on them. That's the main thing. And here lastly Prabhupada talks about